Good morning, good morning to everyone in Radio Land. Oh, aren't we glad to be here this morning with you? And I know you're wondering, all right, now who is this? We haven't heard this one before. This is Apostle Dr. Tamar McIver coming to you with Know What Works. Let me tell you something. Excuse me. One of the best things in the world is to know what works. As a person, you have to know that. And this radio broadcast is geared toward the singles. Now, that doesn't mean nobody else can tune in. But if you hear me talk, I'm talking to the singles mainly. And I'm talking to them because a lot of times in single life, we don't really focus on what works because we're so works for everybody else. So we forget to worry about what works or be concerned. I don't even like to use that word worry. To be concerned about what works for us. We are so podcast, and we encourage you. We are here at Truth Media Broadcasting, and we want Free Spirit Radio. When I saw Free Spirit, I was like, yes, there's nothing like being free. Nothing like being free. And singles, that's what you are. You all are free. Okay? I want to really zero in on that. You all are free. You don't have anything tied to you. Now, some of you may have children, and we're not going to worry about that because the bottom line is you're still free, okay? You're not hooked to anybody. You're not on any marriage license. You're free. And that's why I want to talk to you, simply because it is an honor to enjoy that freedom. Now, that doesn't mean marriage life is not good, Daddy. And when you hear me say Daddy, I'm talking about God, okay? Daddy created marriage because it exemplified what he had with his church, which is his bride. So marriage is very, very important. And when it's done right, oh, my Lord, even with speed bumps and everything, it is amazing, okay? But if it's not, it'll be the hell before you can get to hell if that's where you're going. That's why I'm up here talking to you. Because as a single person, there's so many things that you really need to focus on that a lot of times you don't focus on because you're so ready to get in a relationship. You're so ready to get married. You're so ready to have somebody that lives with you and all this kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with that, but it needs to be in perspective. And guess what? That's what we're going to do on our radio broadcast. We're going to put it in perspective. For some of y'all that are just coming on, this is Tamar McIver, your radio host. For the next little while, we have kind of opened up a window here where I can talk some, and then you all can call in. Because a lot of times you have questions. You want to know about this, and you want to know about that. But you're like, well, dang, who do I go to that I can just ask this? And see what's so unique about radio. You can just call in. You don't have to worry about nobody seeing you and nothing like that. You can just call in, ask your question, and get your answer, okay? Now, let me put something right out here up front. I don't claim to have all the answers, all right? Yes, I have my education, and God knows I have experience. But I don't have all the answers because everybody is different. What I share is lessons learned. And if it helps you, I pray it do, that's a lesson you don't have to learn. See, a smart person is watching other folks go through stuff, see what happened, and know, I'm not getting ready to do that because I already know what that's going to generate. You see what I'm saying? So listen, excuse me, get your breakfast. Some of y'all may be just getting up, get your breakfast, get your cup of coffee, and let's just sit down and chat for a while, okay? Number one, I want you as a single to understand what Daddy thinks about you, because he is your creator. Now, somebody say, well, wait a minute, Apostle, we may have different religions. Oh, I don't have a problem with that. You have any religion you want. But the Creator, who is God, created you, okay? And when he created you, these were some of the things that he said about you, all right? In Ephesians 2 and 10, he gave Paul to tell us that we are his workmanship, okay? And the reason why I'm giving scripture, because y'all want scripture. Y'all want scripture because you want stuff backed up. I don't have a problem with it. Book, chapter, and verse. Scripture. Ephesians 2 and 10. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them. So you walking in these good things was already predestined before your mama met your father. Now, that's the King James Version. I like the Jewish Bible. I love it. And this is how the Jewish Bible says, Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's making, created in union with the Messiah Yeshua, for a life of good actions, already prepared by God for us to do. Okay? Psalms 139 and 14 says, I will praise thee. Now, this is David talking. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. That right there is the kicker. In the Jewish Bible, Psalm 139:14 says, I thank you because I am awesomely made. I am awesomely made. Wonderfully. I've been well put together. Your works are wonders. I know this very well. And what did I say? The name of the broadcast was Know What Works. Now, before I get any further in this, let me say this, those that are coming on and calling in, if you'd be kind enough to mute your phone, be kind enough to mute your phone, because you may be sharing breakfast with your family, or the kids might be up and enjoying Saturday morning and all of that as well. But we want to keep the background noise at a minimum. And if you're on mute, then you can enjoy listening to me while you enjoy your family while I'm talking. Now, I know, David said, I know that you have made a marvelous work. So you got to know. And let me tell you something. I had a hard time with that for years, simply because my environment told me I wasn't. My environment treated me like I wasn't. So staying around that environment, growing up in that environment, and then some things transpired in my adult life that kept that phenomenon going. It was only until I realized it was all right for me to think good about me. Because, see, I was taught if you think all that much about yourself, you in pride. Honey, let me straighten that out. You are not in pride to think good about yourself. You are not in pride to think what Daddy thinks about you. You got, if you know this, if you don't, I'm getting getting ready to tell you. The man carries the actual seed of the child. Only thing he does when he comes together with a woman to have sex with her is to plant that seed in her. It connects with her seed, and it makes the baby. Okay? So your daddy God carries your seed. You are his seed. And you are awesome. Awesome. You go, I don't really think you're awesome. I felt like that for years. I mean, even down to my own children were telling me how beautiful I was. And mom this and mom that. And I was like, you know what, y'all need Jesus. Because I didn't think that of myself. And when I did, they were telling me, Mommy, you're pretty, you look so pretty. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Y'all need to go get some glasses. I don't care what anybody said. I talked it down because that was what I grew up in. And I had not yet made the transition that what people were saying was the truth because of where I came from. Okay? So once I got by that, I started saying, well, thank you. Sometimes I'd even say, yeah, right, you ain't a girl. Because I have 2 girls and 2 boys. And they would say, oh, my God, finally. It was bothering them that their mother was beautiful and she didn't think so. I would always tell my children, I said, well, you know, they say ugly parents make beautiful children. I said, and I guess we fit that bill. And my oldest child, which is a girl, she said, oh, the devil is a liar. She said, because I'm pretty, I ain't come from no ugly seed. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever you say. It still did not resonate with me as it should that I was a beautiful person. I knew I was beautiful inside. Now, good Lord, I got a personality now. I'm a barrel of love. I love, oh, God, I can just love endlessly, okay? But to look at me from the outside and say I was beautiful, that didn't happen. How I started breaking into it, I said, oh, yeah, I'm beautiful inside. They said, yeah, you're beautiful inside and outside. I said, well, I'll let you say that. To me, I was only beautiful inside. But now, I'm beautiful inside and outside. I have a loving smile. I have a bubbly personality. I just love to enjoy life. I embrace it. OMG. I embrace it. Okay? I love loving life. I'm very spontaneous. I love planning, but I love spontaneity. Because there's something that's with spontaneity that just gives it that spice I like. Okay? But before then, I couldn't see any of that. I knew how to make other people feel like that. I knew how to pour into other people, but I wouldn't pour into myself. You said, well, why are you talking about this for people that are single? Because many a times, because you feel like you don't have what the other person has, you don't have that relationship, you don't have that significant other, you aren't able to do this, you aren't able to do that. You start looking down on yourself, and you start feeling like you don't have. I even missed a grand opportunity. I mean, a God set up grand opportunity, because I didn't think I had anything to offer compared to what the person standing in front of me had to offer. I mean, they had everything. Oh, my God, they were full of money, and they had houses, they just had the works, cars, big mansion of a ministry. Oh, God, it was phenomenal. And I missed it because I'm looking at, I don't have all that. Because, everybody's supposed to have something.
I'm going to keep the phone on. Okay. I'm going to come out of the
to bring to the table. I hear somebody talking. I hear some conversation. Please mute the line. I hear some conversation. Okay, thank you. I missed that opportunity because I didn't think of myself the way I should have. I was looking at what I had materially, which was very little. I was looking at what they had, which was enormous. And in my mind, I was like, why would they even want to have anything to do with me? I don't have all of that. People that have all of that, more people in that circle have got all of that. But I did not sit for a minute and realize they looked inside of me and saw something that just captivated them, and they wanted it with them. And I missed that opportunity. Now, was that the only opportunity? No. But I missed that one. You understand what I'm saying? So singles, I'm trying to get you, first of all, because we're going in the series here. First of all, I want you to understand that you've got to know you. That's the first thing before I deal with anything else on the broadcast. You got to know you. You've got to know you well enough to know that what you do, who you are, and what you have is worth somebody's time. Now, it doesn't mean it's just worth anybody's time. It's worth somebody's time that's special and that can pour back into you to enhance what you already have. You're single. Pour into yourself. That's not pride. That's knowing that if I don't treat me good, those looking at me are going to feel like they can treat me any kind of way because I treat me any kind of way. I tolerate stuff I really don't like. I allow people to do things to me that I really don't appreciate. Now, somebody said, oh, I don't know who she's talking to. I don't do that. You'd be surprised if you go back and sit down and really analyze how much you put up with out of other people. You'll find out, yeah, well, you know, I hadn't looked at it like that. I guess I do. Yeah, you do. And what I want you to understand is that being single, you have the opportunity and the right. The opportunity and the right to say, that's not how I want to be treated. I know what works for me, and that doesn't work for me. Because being single a lot of times, when we've been single a long time, let me talk to you veterans, what they say, veterans of single life. You've been single so long till you like, Lord, is it ever going to happen? Am I ever going to find anybody? And the reason why that is so prevalent in singles' minds is simply because of the fact that Daddy made humans to be together. He made that. We fight it, but he made it. When he got ready to pull woman out of man in Genesis, first chapter, he said it wasn't good for man to be alone. So he made us with the desire to have someone in our life, to have a significant other, and ultimately a spouse. But the first significant, the first significant other you need to have is yourself. You be your significant other. You take you to expensive restaurants. You take you to the movies. You take you to find designer clothes stores, department stores, and different things of that nature. You get you a fine car. You do these things. You take you to the spa. And I don't think I have to say too much about that because pretty much I'd say 98% of humans these days, at least in America anyhow, are getting pedicures, manicures, facials, hair. I believe we could almost build a whole other country with the money that's put in wigs. And I've had my part in it too. Okay? But what I'm saying is the energy that you invest in everybody else, put that energy into yourself. I'm not telling you not to look out for anybody else. I'm not telling you not to compliment anybody else. I'm not telling you not to love anybody else. I'm telling you to take that energy, that same energy that you give to others, and give it to you. You're single. I don't have nobody tell me I look good. I don't have nobody tell me they love me. Tell yourself you look good. Go to that mirror and say, girl, you got it going on. A man, all right, bro. All right, bro. You cool. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Go in that mirror and talk to that person that you see in that mirror. Tell them what you would tell everybody else that you saw that looked good. Tell you that. And then go out and face the world with the confidence. Oh, thank you, Lord. You took your finger and touched this right here. Thank you. Because, if Daddy don't touch it, it don't look good. I'm sorry. I don't care how pretty y'all. If Daddy don't touch it and put his glory on it, you just a hot mess, okay? So don't forget to tell him when you get through doing all your little bit, getting your hair done, putting your face on, you should be enhancing your face instead of putting it on. But enhancing your face, got your little inner chains on. You guys got your outfits on and got your cut and your beard and all this kind of thing trimmed up and all that. After you done your thing, tell Daddy, says, come on, touch it now. Because if you don't touch it, somebody ain't going to see the glow. Come on, touch it for me, Daddy. And he will. And when you go out, that's all you'll hear that day. Man, you sure do look good. What you doing? Just tell him I'm just wearing my daddy. I'm just wearing Daddy, that's all. Wearing your daddy? We're talking about God, our Father. Remember him? That's who I'm wearing. Ladies, the same thing. I had somebody tell me last night, oh, you look so beautiful. You know what I told them? I'm just wearing my daddy. So, child, if I ain't wearing him, you wouldn't be telling me that. Wear my daddy. And go ahead on and enjoy your day and enjoy doing for yourself what you do for others. See, many a times as singles, we leave us out. We crowd our lives because, we don't want to be home and ain't nobody there, and to talk to or to enjoy. So we just crowd, we'll get 2 jobs. We'll get busy in the sanctuary or at the Boys and Girls Club or we'll find something to do to fill up our day so when we get home, it don't even matter if ain't nobody there because we're too tired. Jump in the shower, get a bite to eat, and sit back and relax and later on go to bed, we fine. Don't carry yourself through all of that. Come on, singles. Don't carry yourself through all of that. Love yourself enough to say, if I'm home and nobody there, that's okay. I'm there. Turn your music on. Get your favorite television show. Turn your music on and get busy in your home, your apartment, whatever. You got some little nieces, nephews, that's up. Get a couple of them. You might ain't up to all of them, but get a couple of them. Spend some time with them. Pour into them. Start building up their self-esteem so that they'll know not to get out here and just I just want somebody to love me. Just let anybody come love them. That's not even saying it ain't even love. Because let me tell you something, especially you single women. A man can see when you need it now. Take it from one of the best. A man can see when you need it. And it wasn't that I was needed. I was just a lover buddy. That's what I am. That's what I've always been. I love loving people. And when it comes to relationship, Jesus Lord, I'm extremely passionate about relationships. If I'm with you, I'm with you. I ain't with you and 7 others. I'm with you. I'm locked into you. It's me and you against the world. We're going to do ministry. We're going to enjoy life. We're going to have a ball. That's me. Okay? And they took that as I was so needy, I just wanted anybody. But because I wasn't thinking their way, as Steve said, act like a woman, think like a man. I wasn't thinking like the man thinking. I was thinking from the woman. I just knew I loved and loved to love. I ain't thinking nobody thinking I'm needy. No. I had a full-time job, 4 children, and 7 choirs. No, I don't need it, baby. Show on. But I loved relationship. And a lot of times I didn't use the wisdom that I needed when that was going on. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you the other part. Didn't have a mentor. That's why I'm on this call. That's just why I'm up here right now. Okay? Because I didn't have a mentor. They say, hold it, girl, what you doing? Just like I'm saying to y'all right now. Hold it, what you doing? I didn't have that. I had folks talking about me. Don't she know? What's wrong with her? But they wouldn't come and say it to me. I didn't find it out the way later after everything was over and done. Then all of a sudden, everybody come up talking about, oh, I could have told you that. I said, you know what? Don't even bother to say it now. Because if you could have told me that, why didn't you tell me while I was in the situation and you could have helped me? Maybe I could have done something different or went about it a different way. That's why I'm up here talking to you now. Because the first thing first is be good to you and know you. What do I mean when I say know you? What do you like? No. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. You need to spend enough time with you that you know what you like. You know what you don't like. Somebody come up and say, hey, how about you want to ball the ball folk doing what they're doing. I thought it would be nice to go get it, but you know you don't even like the outdoors, let alone a ball game. You don't do sports. There's a lot of people that don't do sports. Okay? But because you want to be with him, he's fine and everything, you're like, yeah, let's go. And you miserable the whole time. Wrong move. If somebody comes up to you and asks you about going to do something that you don't like, it's all right to say, you know what, I appreciate the invite, but I wouldn't have a good time. That's not me. I done tried it. So I know that it's not going to work for me. But, you go ahead on and have a good time. I'll find something to do. I got some things I can do while you enjoying your game. And then the game's over. If you want to hit me up, fine. And leave it. It's all right to do that, single. You don't have to go along with it. He might not ask me again. Well, if he don't, he won't for you. Simple as that. Move him right along so the one who is for you can find his way to you. Hello? That's what I'm saying when I say you have to know you. You have to know you. You have to know you. Listen, I've been talking now for about 30 minutes. Somebody may be on the line, need to call in, or want to call in. The number is 319-527-2580. Again, 319-527-2580. Call in if you have a question. Call in and ask your questions. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back here at Truth Media Broadcasting, Free Spirit Radio. We are back. Are there any callers on the line? My singles, where are you? Come on, talk to me this morning. You may have a comment, or you may have a question. The lines are open. That number is 319-527-2580. Again, 319-527-2580. All right. Well, we'll go on talking some more about knowing what works for me just as I am. Remember, we started off with Psalm 139:14. I am awesomely made. Wonderful. Nothing wrong with me. No flaws at all. You say, well, talk for yourself. I done put on some weight. This doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. The other doesn't happen. I done been sick. And this is going on. That's going on. Some people may have experienced maybe, burns or things where maybe their skin is not quite like it was at one time. Listen, with all of that, you are still awesomely made. Because your body is not you. Your spirit is you. Your body is the suitcase that is housed in. So that's why when people look at us, they say, that's us. No, that's what we live in. And it was fearfully and wonderfully made, so you can enjoy your time down here on earth. Let me read something to you, because singles, this is what we have to understand. We are imperfect permanently. There's not going to be a time where something's going to go wrong. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to think wrong, talk wrong, look wrong, hear wrong. Okay? We are imperfect permanently and inevitably flawed. Okay? Something wrong somewhere. And with all of that, we are still beautiful. On both sides. Guys handsome, ladies beautiful. No matter what. And as a single person, you need to take this time. This is something I do on Facebook Live on Wednesday night. It's single relationships. And I have a photo behind me that says single means time for me. Single means time for me. And that time for me means I'm getting to know who I am. See, many times, singles, you spend time trying to get to know somebody you want to be your significant other. Now, I'm talking on both sides. So when I'm talking, I'm not just talking to the women, I'm talking to the guys too. You want to take time knowing them, what they like, what they don't like, where their boundaries are. You haven't even learned that about yourself. So before you start trying to have a significant other, why don't you take time and find out what you like and find out where your boundaries are? Just like I left before we went to break. I left and I said, if you have a friend and they come up, mention about going to a ball game, they like sports, and depending on where you are right now, the weather should be right nice. I know it is where we are, because I like cool weather. I'm sorry, I'm hot-natured. I like cold weather because I can make it as hot as I want it. When it's hot, I have to take it as hot as it gets. But when it's cold, I can make it to my satisfaction. He comes up, ladies, and says to you, listen, I got a ball game I want to go to tonight. And he's thinking about, it'd be nice for me and her to go to that ball game. We have a good time. All the expenses on him because he knows that a man, if you're going to ask a woman out, you taking care of her. Whatever she wants, you got it. Especially on the first date. She ain't paying for nothing. Okay? But I'll discuss that later. That'll be on another broadcast. But he comes to you and he says, listen, I want to go to this ball game. I've been waiting for these folks to come in town. They in town now, and they right here where I live. I want to go to this ball game, and it would just make me feel so good if you would go with me. Now, you standing there or sitting there, depends on when he asks you. You don't even want to be outside. You cold-natured. You can't stand a lot of cold. It's cold or cooler than what it's been being. Plus, you don't like the outdoors because your allergies cut up too bad. You don't want to lose him just in case it might be a potential significant other. You don't want to say no. Not on the first date. Wrong. Because you're not going to be comfortable, which is going to make him uncomfortable. You sitting there shaking almost, nose running, you sneezing. So you can't even enjoy the ball game, and he's sitting there wishing he'd have left you home because he can't enjoy the ball game because you sitting there all uncomfortable, which makes him can't enjoy it. Now, just think if you'd have just said, okay, Tom, we'll just use Thomas for a name. Thomas, listen, I appreciate the invite. I really do. And it sounds like something that would be wonderful. But number one, I am a cold-natured person, and it's cold. You might say, well, put on your coat. That don't work for me. And number two, the allergies cut up. And I don't want to be in that game sneezing and shaking and really not having a good time because it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. And the game that you went there to enjoy is not going to turn out to your satisfaction in terms of us being together in those bleachers. So I tell you what, you go on and enjoy the game. I'm going to do some things I need to do. And if you'd like to get together when the game is over, call me. There's nothing wrong with that. You said, but Daddy, that's on the first date. You don't do that on the first date. Yes, you do. You start out like you can hold out. Because what are you saying to him? You're saying to him that I know myself well enough that that's not going to work for me. Remember, we're dealing with know what works. That's not going to work for me. Okay? That's not going to work for me. So I'm going to need to be straight up, kindly, and respectfully with you so that you'll know right off the bat. We ain't going to waste each other's time. If this is something that is a pet peeve of yours, this is one of your enjoyments, I'm not your woman. It will never be mine. No. We can be friends, we can talk, we can laugh. You know, if I see you out, you know, or you see me out, and I'm sitting down eating, nobody at the table, you know, and you happen to walk in, you want to sit down, hey, come right on. We'll laugh and talk and chalk it up to a nice experience, and we gone. But if you're looking for somebody to enjoy all of this, But you won't have to go into that in that conversation. You just kind of tell them, I know what works for me. That is not going to work for me. I've tried it before. I've put myself through that. And Thomas, I can't do that. I'd be so miserable, and you would too. That's being straight up in singles. It's all right. It is all right to do that. Because what you have to understand is you are saying to the world, I matter. And I matter to me. And I matter enough not to put myself in a situation that I know is not going to turn out good. You see, now, when other people put you in situations and you had nothing to do with it, you look around, you in a situation, and you didn't welcome it, that's one thing. But for you to know that you're getting ready to walk in a situation and you don't do nothing about it up front, no, you're not giving out the right message. And let me tell you something. A man who cares something about himself wants his woman to care something about herself. He wants her to be honest with him. He wants her to be straight up and say, that's not going to work. Now, this will work, but that won't. He wants her to be honest. He appreciates her because it says to him, she cares about herself. And then she cares about me. Because she knows if she go out there just to be with me, it's not going to be a good experience. And she cares enough about herself as well as my happiness not to do that. That's a turn on. That is a turn on for a lot of people. Because especially guys that got something about themselves. I'm going to do it there. Something about themselves. Yeah. They like, you know what? I can appreciate that. She was straight up with me. She was kind, but she was straight up with me to let me know you will not enjoy that game right there if I go with you. I done done it. I done been out to games, and it was this weather right here, and it was miserable. And the person I went with wished they hadn't even carried me, which puts a bad taste in their mouth. So I've learned, let me just be straight up. They will appreciate you, I'm telling you. And guys, let me hit you. You got some women that are, oh my gosh, just, they come and get what they want. And you have to tell them, you have to think more of yourself. Now, there are some guys that will just go head on for the sake of getting their hard on, in case we got children listening somewhere. That, of course, they already know. But we're going to still keep it decent over the airways. Just for the sake of getting their hard on and getting their release, they'll go on with it. But you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want to go with that type of girl. What you want to go with is that lady that you can say, that's not me. And she'll be like, oh, okay. And won't feel bad. You know, you're trying to be a respectable young man. You're trying to say, listen, I'm not like all these other guys that just want to get you in the bed. You want to go with bed and be fine. Come on. Sure, ain't no skin on my back. That's just another time I can have me a good time inside of somebody. I'm not that type of man. And say it. Don't be afraid to say it. Yeah, but I don't want to hurt her feelings. It ain't about hurting her feelings. Let me tell you what it'll do. She'll know that there's at least one man on the face of this earth that she has met that has respect for himself and respect for her. You might even change her whole life, because the reason why she may be the way she is because all she met is guys that didn't care. Sometimes all the way down to her father, her brother who molested her. And here you come saying, no, baby, that's not what I'm about. I'm sorry. You know, if that's what you're looking for, I'm not your man. Because someday I'm going to have a family, and I don't want to be going out here and had all these kids. And then when I get married, I'm in the house with my wife and the child we going to have, and I got all these other kids outside the house, and they can't come in because they ain't part of this family. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know, I would love to enjoy you because you fine now. Don't get me wrong, you fine. But I'm about more than that. And you know what? You too find a woman not to be about more than that. I don't know what has happened to you in your life. I don't know what you have been through, but I know this. You are too beautiful a person for what you're doing. There is a man looking for you, but he's not looking for you like this. And whatever have driven you to this point right here, I'm sorry it happened, because you are one beautiful young woman. And this is not the kind of life that you deserve to be living. So I'm going to tell you again, if this is the kind of person you're looking for, I'm not him, honey. I'm sorry. She may never see you again, but your mouth will not get out of her head. Because it is something when a man tells a woman that she is too beautiful for the type of life she living, it changes her entire world, her entire perspective. She might not stop right then, but as time go on, she finds herself not getting no enjoyment out of what she used to get enjoyment out of, because you let her know she was better than that. But see, you have to know what works for you. You have to know. And you have to know that that works for you. You might go home and say, Jesus, help me. Lord, that was one fine woman. My God, help me, Lord. Go home and talk to him. But know that that works for you. And think about the lives you're changing as a man as you do what works for you. And what works for you is to stay out of that holy of holies, because the vagina on a woman is the most holy place on earth. And the little piece under the stomach of a man, that's the scepter. And when it stretches out to go down, there's supposed to be a union already have formed where there's a Mr. and a Mrs. So when he goes in there, he can go in there as much as he wants to and enjoy the most holy place. Hallelujah. But what you want to do as a single It say before it gets to that, let me find out who I am. Let me find out my boundaries. Let me do that. So that I'll know when I'm being violated and when I'm being appreciated. See, most time when you talk about violating, it's somebody molesting somebody, a daddy going to having sex with his daughter, or a brother having sex with his sister, you know, or these days, men having sex with men, or if that's what you want to call it, and women the same. You don't want that. You want to know what works for you. That's what's violating. But violating is also when somebody is doing something that doesn't work for you. That's violating too. For instance, if you know that nobody comes in your house after 12 o'clock at night, and they come waltzing up in there at 1 o'clock, they just violated you. Because that was a presence you set in your home. Now, if you're coming in at 12 o'clock is it. If you ain't here by 12 o'clock, I'll see you in the morning. But they going to come in here at 1 o'clock because that's the time they wanted to come in there. And they're grown. But they're grown in your house. So unless you say, oh, well, you know, you grown, and I know that the things that you be out into sometimes may run over. So, you know, if you're a little later getting home, it's fine. Just make sure everything's locked. I'm going to be asleep. Unless you have put that out there, if they come waltzing in there 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, no, they violated you. Because they already knew what presence you had in your house. See, it's things like that. That's a violation. I just use that as an example. That's a violation. So it's not always that you being molested by same sex or different sex. That's a violation too. You don't want violation. You want appreciation. And you have to stand your ground with violators to get to the appreciators. Because as long as you tolerate the violators, the appreciators will never show up. Because you're too busy settling. Don't do it. Because let me tell you something. You start settling, that settling going to get old. And you're going to wake up and realize, you know what, I'm tired of living like this. But you settle for that. And sometimes by the time you get ready to stop settling for it, you're married, been married for years, and now you're ready to pack up everything and leave. And what's that going to do? You understand me? But see, you're single now. That's why I'm talking to you. You are single. You don't have to go down that road. You can set your presence right now. No. This is not me. And you might say, yeah, but man, I won't wind up with nobody if I do that. Yeah, you will. You'll wind up with the one you're supposed to be with. That's who you'll wind up with. And if the one that they want to stay with you, they know they got to get it together. And they're going to have to get it together for a long, 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 long time. Not just 2 or 3 months. And you, oh, okay, no. Because let me tell you something. You got to understand, when you start dating, most of the time you're dating a representative. If you're between the ages of 16 and, I'd say 39, slightly 40, you're pretty much dating a representative. Honey, when you get past 40, I don't have no more time to pull punches. I sure don't. This is it. This is who I am. This is it. You get what you see is what you get. I don't have no hidden agendas, and there ain't no surprises. Some of you don't even know whether you are early bird or night hawk. You feel like because you stay out a couple of nights, kind of late, oh, I'm a night hawk. No, you're not. Just what you're doing happen to be running over your time to be in the house or be in the bed, but you ain't no night hawk. You an early bird. Night hawks, every night they out. Or they're up late in their own home. They ain't going to bed sometime between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And they fine. They're night hawk. By the time they go to bed, you getting up. And you up pretty much for the rest of the day because you're an early bird. When they just waking up, you already through with everything you had to do. You see what I'm saying? So know what works. I want to open up the airwaves again for somebody who may want to call in, ask a question, or give a comment. This is the new voice on the block. Dr. McIver, here to share some time with you in your singleness. But as I said, while we're waiting for somebody to call in that might want to ask a question or share a comment about what we've been talking about today, again, know what works. Put your energy into you. Put it into others, but put it into you. Start with you. And know that it's all right to say, that's not going to work. I know what works for me. That doesn't work. See, many times we dwell on what does work, and that's good. But when we don't really focus on what doesn't work, we run into some brick walls. Because we were so busy focusing on what was working, till we didn't see what wasn't working. And then by the time we do know, because at some point you're going to notice what is not working. You're going to be like, oh, God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, Jesus. I don't want to do that. But he want me to do it, so I go ahead. And you got some guys where she want me to do it, so I go ahead. No. You don't have to be mean about it. All you have to say was, I've done this a few times and I really did it for you. But before it gets to be a habit, I don't want to do it anymore. And if I misled you because I just wanted to do something nice for you, so I did do that, I'm very sorry. But I don't want to do it another again. That's the old folk talk. I don't want to do it another again. And it's all right. Be straight up. Don't get in there and done it 50 times, then all of a sudden you stop, because now you've created a pattern. So now this pathology that you got going on, you about to mess up something because you waited so late to say, that doesn't work for me. I know what works for me. I've been with me long enough to know what works for me. Some of you don't even know what your favorite restaurant is. You just go anywhere and eat, as long as it's food. Go to some nice restaurants. Nice. Go to some nice restaurants. Sit down. Eat their food. Because every nice restaurant might not have the kinds of food that you would like to eat. You need to know that. So then when it comes time to go out and the question comes up, where might we go? You'll know some places to suggest. Because why? You've already taken yourself out first. You took yourself out first. So you know what restaurants you're not going to go to. That one's not going to work for you. And for heaven's sake, don't throw McDonald's and Golden Corral and Applebee's and all them places in there. You can take your own self out of that. Go to a nice, elegant restaurant. You worth that. I'm not talking about 10 the guys are going to go because they looking. But ladies, y'all don't go a lot of times. Because you waiting on that significant other to come take you. You are your significant other. Take yourself out. Find out what restaurants suit your taste. Get you about 5 or 6 elegant restaurants. Dress yourself up, honey. Save your money if you have to. If you don't have it coming out like your eyelashes, then save up for it. If you quit going to McDonald's about 5 times a week, you could probably afford one nice, elegant meal. So take your time. Save it up. Go home and scramble you some eggs. Cook your hamburger. Go home. And save that $50, $60 you done spent for going to McDonald's 5 days to go to an elegant restaurant Saturday night or Friday night. Dress up. I feel right funny going someplace like that and I don't have nobody with me. You have somebody with you. You. Take you. Get you a nice table and sit down. Ain't too many times you going to go in there like that, honey, by yourself. Somebody's eye ain't going to catch you. They might not come over first or second visit, but now you can pull it up in there by yourself, sitting to the table eating by yourself. Somebody coming over there and says, excuse me, are you dining alone? And you can tell them, yes. Do you mind if I join you? I do mind, because tonight is my night. I just kind of needed to have this night to myself. You said, oh, my God, you don't do that. Oh, my God, yes, you do. Because that's the way you're going to find out, do the joker really want to have dinner with you or he just think you a cowgirl? Come on now. You gotta know what works. You gotta know what works. Listen, the number is 3, excuse me. That number again for call in is 319-527-2580. Do we have any callers on the line? Hello, do we have any callers on the line? 319-527-2580. All right. Well, I certainly appreciate all of you all who have been listening in this morning, especially my Facebook audience, because I preach this to them on Wednesday night. But we are expanding. The Lord has opened the door through Truth Media Broadcasting, Apostle Bowser, and we are delighted for this opportunity to come to you. And as we continue to come, we know that there will be those of y'all that will be coming on that want to ask questions. There may be things you've been wanting to ask somebody, and you say, oh, my God, here's the form right here. Let me call in, 319-527-2580, so I can ask this question and get it answered. And it may be that while I've been sharing, your question may have gotten answered, and that's good. Still call 319-527-2580 and just comment and say, I had a question, but you sure answered it for me when you said it. And share that, and let's talk about it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we will see you next Saturday, same time, same station. Trinity Media Broadcasting, 10:30, right here. 319-527-2580. Have a great rest of your day and weekend. Bye now.